Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Party Wipe, episode 42, where we answer the question of life, the universe, and everything. No, I'm kidding. We're going to be working on Party Wipe, our roguelike deck builder in Godot, where you draft an RPG party. This song's pretty epic. I guess I'll let it finish. Hey, Jacob. How's it going? Sorry for starting a bit late. Had to run to the grocery store. So this is going to be a short stream. The answer is dogs, by the way. Or dog. A lot of people think it's probably God, but they have it backwards. They have it backwards. That's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. It's dog. The dog. You're all good? You're just doing another jam? Holy shit. What jam is it this time? Alright, let's get going here. Well, you're ahead of the game then, Jacob. Hey, Nanigans. How's it going? All right. I was working on cards a little bit. Well, actually, what I was working on last night was in between rounds of How Many Dudes, which I'm kind of hooked on. It's one of those games that you can kind of have on in the background while you work, but the rounds don't take long enough. The rounds are just a little too short to really get anything done. But I was playing. I was setting the groundwork. I got the rest of the armored texture icons in place. I was like, how am I going to do all of the equipment, like all of the armor equipment, based on our Okay, now the music's gone spooky. Now we change radios. You're doing the run and jump jam? Ooh. Very nice. You're good. Tired again? You were up late doing auto tiler stuff? Yeah, I saw. The auto tiler stuff is looking good. You know, you can spend a lot of time auto tiling. Just ask me. Yeah, so the problem I have so far is, so our weapon proficiencies are like literally every single weapon that they can equip. That's what I've done. I don't know if that's the right choice. I'm kind of tempted to go to like martial melee, martial ranged, simple melee, but like I don't really want to do that. I want there to be a little bit more character per class in terms of like what they can wield. So, but I need some way of communicating it more easily. Ooh, what's going on here? There's something wrong with this texture atlas icon. We'll get into that though. All right, which one's this one? Gloves. That's wrong, for one thing. What's going on with the gloves? What's going on here? Gloves, equip, slot, armor. Oh, the armor one is wrong. Okay, fair enough. There we go. The table's nice, Jacob. It's this plugin called Yard, yet another resource database. It's been nice for organizing this stuff. It's got a lot of nice stuff. But yeah, the problem is that whereas the armor proficiency is like the opposite. I actually want to take leather off of the knight's list. And this I'm not doing per item. I just have, there's like there's metal armor, leather armor, and cloth armor, and that's like all I'm doing. And that's like a little too loose. So like I don't love the every single item is listed approach, and I also don't love the like broad categories. So I'm not sure what I want to do. Because like the knight should, for their honor, only wear really metal armor. Like I like that the knight would be unwilling to put on like, you know, subpar armor. That fits in my mind. A class constraint. But they have a back slot into which I would like to put a cape, but a cape is cloth. So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? So I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll probably stick with the individual items thing. And we'll probably just have like a tool tipping system. I actually thought of a cool idea about how to make it a little more intuitive. Nanigans, Yard inspired you to start digging into making nicer custom plugin UI for your resources. Yeah. Or you could just use Yard. You don't have to make your own tool every time. That's the lesson of this game to me. Hey, Rhiannon. Getting an early start today. I'm so late. We are so late. That must be sarcasm. This is probably going to be a short one. Hey, LSG coming in with the tier 1. Subscribed for 4 months. Thanks, LSG. Appreciate that. But yeah, the thing I was thinking of, so there's they have all of these like icon slot things. They have these. I don't know, maybe I could make it so the knight could wear leather armor. That would solve my problem, honestly. But yeah, I was thinking we could swap these out. If there's an item in the hand that could go there. Obviously, if there's more than one, you have to like pick. But that might help players. I mean, we already have this system where like you drag the thing out and it shows you who could equip it. So maybe that's not necessary. That's probably not necessary. I think this is already like a decent, like, you can use this. Hey, you can use this, you know? I have to pick starting items. There's like too many starting items. I also have to figure out what to do about these long words. Thinking about widening the cards a little bit, honestly. We have a little bit of room that we could use. Not much, but like a few pixels might be enough to make the difference. Yeah, the thing I want to do today is so we're in the deployment phase and we can like move our characters around in the deployment zone freely, right? I kind of wanted to preview that movement. And to do that, we're going to make a thing called the like fig token or something. It's like a card token, but it's just for the figure, so we can preview where the figure is without committing the move. That's probably what we're gonna do. Hey, with the LSG with the 10 stream streak. Oh, and then getting one-upped by Rhiannon, the 25 stream streak. That definitely wasn't coordinated. Coordinated one-upsmanship here. All right, yeah, I'm pulling your leg, Nanigans. Yeah, it was Twitch. You know, it's probably not an accident. I bet they totally do that, where if one person, like, shares their stream streak, it, like, bugs everyone else to do it, too. I would not be surprised. I'm gonna eat my last slice of apple here, and then we're gonna dig in. All right, so before we dig into this figure token thing, tonight, well, not before that, but tonight I'm going to finish the armor cards, and then I'll come up with like a starting set for each character that we can plug in. You know, maybe it would totally fix all my problems if I just let the knight wear leather armor. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm sure there will be another edge case with one of the other characters that's not so easily solved, but yeah, like this. Like the ranger can't only wear leather armor. It's not gonna work. Although maybe it will work. Let's see. Let's look at what they got here. Cowl. Might actually work, actually. So I did something. I added a new piece to the armor. At least one. No, slice of apple. I would never eat a marshmallow. Just by itself. That sounds horrible. I could maybe have a s'more. But then how can you have s'more as something you haven't had yet? So these are the questions. I made some little slippers. I absolutely butchered the original artist's work, and I made a pair of slippers. Because I needed a shoe that was a cloth shoe for the wizard and stuff, and so I did that. So we've got little cloth shoes. This whole thing about items, about equipment is bad. I also made these bracers that I really don't like. That's just basically like, again, I just butchered the gauntlet into bracers, but because we don't really need both sets of these. It's actually quite redundant, so I'm gonna probably just do that. But yeah, otherwise we're okay. There's a few overlaps that are going to be confusing, but we'll survive. I'm also unsure about the cloak. I've made the cloak leather, which seems weird, but I don't know what else to do. Again, it's why I'm kind of moving in my mind, maybe moving away from doing it by material and just having like specific items. Because with armor, the variety is much less likely. But I don't know. There's some flexibility for like some people, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm still semi undecided on it. Still undecided. We'll probably switch to individual item armor proficiencies, since that's what we're doing for weapons, and I'm still not sure about swapping that out. That makes life a lot easier, honestly. And again, it gives you more opportunity to like really add character to like what they're quote unquote willing to wear. For a minute, I thought it might be kind of cool to have different variations of the characters that could like equip different things, but I think that seems like a little too much. We still have to go through the abilities. Still need to make some ability cards. But yeah, I'll make the rest of the armor cards tonight probably. And then I'm still ideating on some abilities. It's hard. It's hard to come up with abilities. But yeah, let's work on this figure token thing so that when we are mousing around, we can preview the character in a new spot, which would be nice. The thing, though, is we're going to need to have some kind of safety check to like prevent you from overlapping with anybody, but that should be okay. So we get around it by, if you click on a tile, you select the inhabitant. Whereas this preview thing will have to work a little differently, but still like our little radial. I say radial, it's just like an adjacent tile, but it will be radial for the abilities where it'll like go around the whole way around, potentially. All right, let's actually do the thing. So we're gonna have this figure token that we can move around. I've made a figure token. It has some characteristics. It has a figure to reference, and it has a tile. It has a ready function. Oh, it needs to be on ready because of the icon. Okay. And we've got a copy of this that we can use. Yes, great. So what we're going to do is, if we're in this mode, if we're in the deployment phase, so to know what we're doing here a little bit, I need to know if input.isAction just released select. It's true. Fig by tile has, so this lets us select a character. So lets us redeploy them. You know what we're probably gonna do? We'll probably add the figure here. Probably create it here. Now, how do we want to access it? Fig by tile, fig by name. We had fig tokens. We only really need one of them at a time, yeah? Is there a reason we might need more than one? Oh, I called it... Oh, I'm calling them slot tokens. I changed their name, didn't I? No, wait. That's for something else, right? Fig by tile, slot by tile. I don't really need to do that. I guess we might need more than one if we're like previewing or simulating the outcome of an action that has like a large effect. We might need more than one. I might need to change these. I guess the little freeze-dried little marshmallow bits, if they're like in some kind of other thing, they're okay. S'mores are good though. They are. I don't think they're like amazing, but they're good. Fig hovered, fig selected. Change these two. Right? There's probably some references from other scripts to these. I should have done a more thorough find and replace, but I think this is actually mostly internal, which is probably fine. So we made some prep. Now I can actually set these up. So I actually still want both of those. I just want them to refer to something different. Oh, then I should test before adding them back then. Yeah, like this. We're going to do a couple things just to see where the bugs are. Yep, like that. Just like that. You guys are funny. What's this error here? Oh, there's... Oh, dang. This... What's going on here? Game manager, party manager, on character fig selected. Okay, let's look into that. Who has this? An object of type tilemap layer. Attempt to connect non-existent sigs to callable. Non-existent signal. Really? Oh. I was not sufficiently specific with my find and replace. I am gonna probably regret that. Hey, Rimas. How's it going? Oh, yeah. No. Damn it. I was not precise enough. That's funny. So what's the difference between character selected and character fig selected? Oh, that's a signal. Sure. Yeah, I'm really not a cereal person. I was growing up. I was so much growing up. I was a big cereal guy. I loved like Honey Bunches of Oats. That's probably the GOAT to me. I still have a visceral like sense memory reaction if I smell if anyone pours milk into Cheerios. That's a very strong and unpleasant smell. My sister ate Cheerios probably every single day growing up. Yeah, that one triggers me. And weird. It is cardboard-like. It is cardboard-like. Did Charmander write this code? What does that even mean, Rhiannon? You were just about to go get some cereal with Cheerios? What do you mean cereal with Cheerios? Like it's an all-star cereal? Are there like multiple kinds of cereal, like character sheet by name, character by tile? You just meant Cheerios, okay. I'm like, what is this? Is this like the I mean, there's an opportunity there, Kellogg's. Call me. All-star cereal. Just have like all the best cereals just like team up. All right, I did a refactor and I did it lazily, so we're doing a bunch of regression testing. Everything seems to be okay. I should do something when an item is like taking up both slots. I should do something to show that to the player. I think we fixed it though. Oh, I see the char references. Okay. I get it. That's cool. My partner's been playing Pokopia. I don't get to see it very much, but it seems fun. Will this go in the right hand? This still thinks it's a main hand. Is it supposed to be? I guess it should be. I'm quite not to with the instruments. I think I like them being offhand weapons. But a fiddle should maybe be two-handed. Like a fiddle by definition is two-handed. Then again, so is a lute. So I don't know. Unclear to me what I want to do here. We'll make it offhanded for now, because that's how the lute works. But it should probably be main hand, and if anything, two-handed. But it's one of those things where it's like, I kind of want them to be able to equip something else too. But I guess it makes sense that your bard should like have to pick whether they're like playing an instrument or like wielding their rapier or whatever main hand weapon they decide to try. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be a two-handed weapon. The fishing rod is a two-handed weapon for some reason, so seems reasonable. Where's the loot? Fat loot shall be mine. Means I need to fix the slot icon for the bard. Yeah, but then what's supposed to be in there offhand? Yeah, I don't know. It's unclear to me what I want to actually do here. a loot you can use either one-handed or two-handed. If you're talking about hitting people with them, I kind of was talking about hitting people with them. That's a good point. Okay, maybe the loot can be offhanded. Maybe the fiddle should be two-handed though. I accept your logic on this one. Which is good because that's what their icon shows. And then maybe the fiddle is, because the fiddle in my mind is like a ranged weapon. Because that's the power of music. Whereas yeah, a lute could totally be just like someone could be hit with a lute. I kind of wanted it to be one of those things where it was like some of their spells required you to have an instrument equipped. In which case, maybe I want the fiddle to be offhanded. I don't know. We're going to do that because that's easier. We're going to do that for now, and if I change my main later, I'll just deal with it. Are there crazy consequences for the way I copy and paste these arrays? No, they're getting copied. Okay, good. I was like, I just realized I'm copying, pasting arrays through resources. I hope they don't use them all the same one. Well, that would actually be kind of useful here. Anyway. Yeah, the yard has been good. Yard has been useful. I've had to reorganize a bit of my stuff into like I've had to go a bit wider in the columns than I maybe would have otherwise. Like we used to have a dictionary for all of the icons. But like it can't really render a dictionary, so I just broke the dictionary out into separate columns. So it's like if you have a finite number of columns and you know all the columns at edit time, that's fine. But there's still maybe some stuff that's hard to represent. But yeah, for most stuff, this has been great. It's been absolutely great. Yeah, the weapon proficiencies are a little awkward. What I should really do is redefine the enums if I can to be backed by strings and not ints. I think that's something I can do. In which case this will work. I wonder if I can actually do that. I'm gonna try it real quick. I remember that being a thing that is theoretically possible, but like, can't I do this? Or is it equals? Is it like... enum values must be integers. Oh, so I guess that's not a GDScript thing. C# can do that though, right? Must be. Did Yard just pull in all the resources or do they need shrinking? It pulls them in. What you do is there are these things on the left here called registries. And you can create the registry and point it to a folder and either have it be recursive or not. And there's settings to it. So you can tell it what file extensions, you can tell it whether to scan recursively, you can restrict it to specific classes. So like this is the weapon registry. So I've said it can only, you know, it'll only read in weapon card resources. And you can tell it whether it can scan. You can also index properties, which is really neat. So you can like query for specific resources without loading the resource. Pretty neat. Yeah, so I have these like specific registries that are for specific kinds of cards, like hero cards, weapon cards, armor cards. But then I also have just a card registry that's any card, anything that inherits the base card. So it's kind of neat. And yeah, this one has index properties of card level and card name. So I can be like, give me the card that is level 2 and named Bard, which is neat because that was a problem we were having before, which was like, how do you make this one lookup? And that's how you do it. You just query this lightweight system. Very, very neat. It stores the query. It stores the index properties just in the registry TRES, so it's not doing a lot of work at runtime. It's pretty cool. Or more specifically, it doesn't need to load a resource just to like query it. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty good for most things. I don't think it's going to be good for our maps. I think I'm going to need something else for the map, but I'm probably just going to have a slightly tweaked environment map node that like is a tool script that lets me like create the map and then save it out as a serialized version of it, and then deserialize it and just be able to do that at edit time. LSG, you want a bunch of resources just to justify the use of the tab-based system. It's very funny. All right, so let's do the thing that I said I was gonna do, which is this figure thing. I think we have eliminated the edge cases, but I'm sure there's gonna be at least one. We know undo redo is busted right now, so we won't bother testing that. I just need to swap in the old, I need to swap out the old card manager for the new query system I was just describing. All right, so what do we want to do? So what I want to do is when I click this guy or any of these guys or gals, Margaret, the knight is a gal. One would presume a name like Margaret. So I can move her around. There is a cursor thing that sticks with that. I kind of want to move it with the mouse, but not out here. I kind of want to move it in here. I kind of don't want this to happen. So let's get going on this. We don't have a ton of time because, like I said, I think this is going to be a shorter one. Unfortunate, but sometimes required. I actually don't know the last time I had like a 2-hour stream. We've been really good. We've been really good about sticking to the proper stream time of 3 hours. I actually don't know if I've had a 2-hour stream this whole series. It's been going on for more than 2 months. So hopefully we'll survive one short stream. Yeah, I normally wouldn't use resources this prevalently, but for cards, it's really tough to come up with it's really good for cards. It's been really great. All right, so we're gonna do a few things. Let's start by just changing where we draw the cursor a little bit. So if we're in the map zone and we didn't drop a card, which is tough to do in the deployment phase, but I guess it's technically possible. Actually, no, that's very feasible. So if we've selected something, we can do the move, the actual move. So if we've selected something, that's probably when we should probably when we should create the token is here. So I think I've fixed. So I think we've tested that we're okay with the figure system here. Our refactor I think has worked out okay here. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I stayed up too late playing How Many Dudes and pretending to work. So we'll use the same system so we can look them up either by name or by tile. Might be nice to have a shorthand here for them, but I don't think I will. I'll do that. Because if we don't know the tile, or if we're moving the thing around on the tile, we'll use the name. And if we don't know the name, but we know what tile we're talking about, we'll use the tile. So I think we'll be all right. LSG, you streamed 5.5 hours yesterday because you had the day off? Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being tiring. Yeah, I'm always amazed. You know, when I would be game jamming, I'd be streaming for like 6 to 8 hours in a sitting. There was one Ludum Dare. I think my first Ludum Dare. I think I streamed for 12 hours straight back to back for 2 days. That was crazy. I don't do that anymore. I don't think I'm gonna do streams that are longer than 6 hours pretty much ever. Fun fact, YouTube does not want you to record a video or do a live stream that's more than 12 hours. It will just cut you off. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to create this thing. If we are in a particular mode, or in this mode, it's getting to the point where like regions would not be unreasonable to insert, even in the middle of this giant chain of conditionals. All right, so if the character selected, so if we have a new character selected, so if character selected is not equal to char by tile, and character hovered is the character by tile, and character selected is... The hovered thing might be a little rough, but that should be fine. Character selected, selected tiles.clear. So in any other case, we unselect. So this will be our spawn versus cleanup. So we'll say variable fig token. So we'll make our fig token. Oh, you were standing for the stream? That's good. That is surprisingly good for energy, especially long term. Just be standing. I need to do that more. All right, so we'll make our token. We'll put our fig tokens. Fig by name. Character selected. Character name. Fig token. Okay, so we've got our figures recorded. We need to make the character invisible. So we can say fig tokens dot add child. Fig tokens is not declared. Is it not? Those are slot tokens. Have I not created the fig tokens thing yet? I have not. Could do with a cup of tea today. Might do that after the stream. Got some pastries that I was given. Nice. Yeah, I have one of those fun standing mats that's like kind of weird and it's got like contours and everything on it. You should check that out. You should check one of those out. Those are nice. Like a standing mat. It's big, but it's like lightweight, so I just slide it away when I don't need it. Oh, for flying, that must be really rough. Yeah, I can sit for long periods of time, but that definitely doesn't mean that I should. And yet I do. All right, so we're going to make this fig token. You say fig token.position equals map to local. Cursor map. And then we need to tell the character token that it's invisible. Actually, no, we don't need, well, yeah, no, we do need to tell it it's invisible. So here we can say fig token variable fig token we need to do this before the unselect. Might be a more than a general. Be interesting to see what I do with this. This does provide us a good mechanism to like show what happens, like knock-on effects from doing things. Right now we're just using it to represent movement, and specifically movement in the context of a redeploy. But it could definitely be used in far more cases than just that. It's not this. It's big by name. Big token. There we go. Not clear. Erase. It's not visibility, it's visible. I don't love that Godot just lets me make a fool of myself here. All right, and then what we want is if we redeploy, okay. I think eventually I will hook this directly into the movement functions. Actually, I should just do it that way, huh? Instead of this nonsense that I'm doing here. Because we don't want to necessarily, we only want to get rid of it or create it in these two cases. Let's just see if we can do that without error. That seems like a good start. Oh, can't even get there. Get character fig. Hey, Sapphire. How's it going? Crash. Fig.icon.texture. Fig.figicon.texture. Invalid. Assignment of property or key texture with value of type atlas. Texture on base object of type null. Fig icon is null, dog. Oh, I gave it the wrong name, probably. So if I grab this and then move it, it almost worked. Oh no, it did. I mean, it didn't do what we wanted, but it's clear that the token is here. Hey, YouTube. YouTube is back today. Hope everyone's doing good. It seems like people are finding this stream on YouTube for the first time in months, if not ever, which is nice. Thank you, almighty algorithm. Don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons. I like the offhand weapon selection thing now. It's good. What does the fiddle do? Fiddle's an offhanded weapon. That's fine. The pill shape moving around is the classic initial 3D character movement implementation. Sapphire was pushing pills on stream. That's very funny. All right, so we got that. So what we need to do is we need things moving. We need to be moving and grooving here. We need to achieve both. So let's do the redeploy. And then we'll handle how the tile map stuff moves. So let's do this. So selected tiles, dot clear, yada, yada, yada. Path grid, set point solid, sure. We shouldn't need to... Actually, no, what am I talking about? Now we do the thing where we move the token around. Which happens in many cases. Many cases. If anything, I actually don't need to move the token here. can do that pretty much anywhere. What if they do this, though? Elif, 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 elif. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this instead. So if character selected, we can do this here. We can do it after the bound tiles thing. I actually don't quite understand why we're doing this every frame. Honestly, this should probably be moved. Somewhere. It's kind of insane that this is happening here. To do. Move this out of. Stop doing this every goddamn frame. It's so little work, I don't really care, but part of me is like, why am I doing this every frame? Sapphire with the 165 stream streak. Outrageous. Incredible. Thank you so much. Also, we're in ads over on Twitch. So hold on to your ads. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to move the token. So we can say fig by name, character selected, dot character name, dot position equals map to local, cursor map. That should be all we actually need to do, which is pretty sweet. Oh, but we would want to change the... Let's just grab the thing. Just grab this whole thing. We also need to update their tile, as well as their position. Actually, we want a branch here. We want to say if big token dot tile is not equal to cursor map, and then we can do all of this. So we also have to update the big by tile dot erase big token dot tile dot set. There we go. Hey, all right. That was easy. This part, not so easy. We went too far. So we do need some kind of validation of like, you're actually allowed to go here. We also need to update the select thing. But what if I place it? Okay, so we're not making it visible. So I guess moving it almost doesn't matter. There's maybe a somewhat strong argument for doing like a semi-transparent version of it, but token should be gone when I do this. Let me actually see if that's true. Yeah, so there's no tokens when I'm unselected. That part's good. All right, so we need this. And we need some other conditionals up here. Like, we need depth zone. Actually, what we need to do is with bound tiles need to have this. And bound tiles not has. Actually, what are the conditions down here for actually moving or redeploying or whatever, or up here? It's exactly this. Character selected dot character tile is not equal to cursor map. We don't care about that. And bound tiles has cursor map, and not character by tile has cursor map. Yeah, it's these two. These are the two. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, this part's a little tricky, but we can take care of that. It's like I can't move here, and it's like, no, this is where you are. We also want to move this tile outline thing, which is fine. This part works great. So like it follows my cursor where it can. What happens if I do this? Oh, very, very weird things. Very weird things. Okay. So we're gonna add one more nest just to handle this part. We want to say if not character by tile dot has or character by tile cursor map dot character name is the same. Actually, could I just say if it's the same as character selected? Okay, we should at least be able to move onto our own tile now, at least. Yes, good. But it stops us if we try to reposition onto a tile we can't access, either because it's outside the deployment position or whatever. I like the dotted line thing when you cross over where you originally were. I think I'm going to keep that, but I want the selection tile to follow. I want it to follow. So if that's going to happen, what we need to do is we need to say, just need to do this. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday here. We're just getting started for the week. We're feeling all right. Big token. Still the laziest way to... Big by name. Who is this? Where is this? Big by name. Oh no, that's right. Wait, what was the error here? Valid access to property or key knight on a base of string name fig token. Characters. If characters. Oh, we're getting down here, and I don't think we cleaned this up correctly. Character is not equal to... Okay, I see. I kind of see what we did, maybe. You excited to work on your game tonight? Hell yeah. You're adding a magnet. Ooh, that does seem fun. So why was this? So I did this. Pop. Oh. If in depth phase, if map zone has point and not was card dropped. I could swear that was card dropped would follow here. I would have thought was card dropped would return true. Is action just released? I don't know. We have a character selected. There's no fig token. So we're in this branch. Way down here. You have character selected. So the thing that's happening is we are selecting a character. Actually, we're not selecting a character. We're dropping an piece of equipment on them. And that act of doing that is selecting the character because that's how I've set it up. So that means we need to create this fig token whenever we select a character. Which makes me think that we need the character selection thing to be a function so that I'm not having to duplicate this all over the place. I'll do that soon. We have unselect character fig, so we should probably have select character fig as a function. Do I want to know which character fig it is? Probably. Let's just see wherever we trigger the signal, because that should indicate to us where this is occurring. So whenever we select a character figure, we are going to need to make like a token. Pretty much always. Well, maybe not always. I appreciate that. I am not confident in my ability to meet this upcoming deadline I've got here of getting this game playable in the next couple of weeks. My confidence is very low because we still got to get action sorted out, and the real thing that's going to be one of the bigger challenges is honestly just getting like AI, like basic enemy AI, let alone the like encounter cycle kind of thing. But the enemy AI is going to be a bit annoying. It doesn't need to be complicated, but it always is, isn't it? We're still going for it, but confidence is falling fast. So if I select this character, where else are we selecting a character? We're doing it somewhere. Here we are. Else. Right here. Well, let's just grab this. Do I... Yeah, here we go. That's what we're gonna do. I wonder if I want to pass in the tile or the figure itself. Let's pass in the tile. Is there anything we need to do? So we would need to do a cleanup. We could be like, if character selected, do some cleanup. Let's just make the token. And then if we don't need it, we don't need it. I would hate this crazy branching series of things if I was better about hiding the actual implementation off in different functions. We really need to do just to make this less mind-numbing to look at. I do want to grab all of this as well. For unselect. So character selected, not visible. Actually, if character selected, should we just unselect? Should I just run this? Oh, bound tiles.clear. That's a lot. I kind of don't want to run that right now. We'll think about that for a minute. So why would I do that? I would do that. I would get rid of all those bound tiles if we specifically... Oh, it's to stop it from drawing. Could I recreate the bound tiles? I could, right? I probably could. I'm doing it every frame, aren't I? In certain branches. So maybe, yeah, let's just do that. Let's just say unselect character fig. And we'll just only do it if we have one selected. Just to be safe. We don't emit a signal when we unselect anything, do we? Oh, we do. Maybe we don't do this. Maybe we do that selectively. What we will do is we'll clean up the token for now. We don't want to do both, so I'm just going to take this and put it in two different places. I'm going to put it here. We're going to say if big by name dot has character selected character name. We'll do the same thing here. Let's say if character selected, let's say this. Where are you upset here? Oh, because we define you elsewhere. What is your damage? Declared low below. Yeah, I get that. See Sapphire. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right amount of content is for a demo. I do think it's probably generally good to take the kind of butterscotch shenanigans approach of like just put as much as you can in there. Okay, maybe I want some functions here too. Make my life a little easier. Create fig token. We're gonna say character fig. Oh, by glob, the dev house. Raid alert. Character tile. Raid alert. Recrevis was good. Was up? I see your what's good, and I raise you a waza. Alright. Welcome in. We should hide the code, probably. I love this. I love when this just... Yeah, what's going on here? We've got a circular issue here where it's like, oh no, I can't load this because there's like a bug in this class. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. Circular scripting issues. Is C++? Under the hood, it's C++, but no, we were writing GDScript. This is in Godot. We are working on a little roguelike deck builder where you draft like an RPG party. How is it going? How's stream going? It's going good. How was your stream? What have you been up to? I need to follow you. I'm not doing that for some reason. Shout out the dev house. You accidentally muted me? You asked me a question and then muted me? So this is a little roguelike deck builder where you were drafting an RPG party. Your cards, also everything is broken right now. Fig by name, if Fig by name has... Oh. Should probably do this before I declare a character selected to be null. We're working on some stuff. Things are a little broken. Don't mind the dust. If Fig by name has... Oh, I need to say if character selected. If character selected and Fig by name has... Hey, Alfie Bean. Roguelike, so turn-based with procedurally generated dungeons, permadeath, and no meta progression? Essentially, yeah. Essentially. We aren't really generating these dungeons yet, but you got your little party. They're auto-deployed here. We're in the deployment phase. There's going to be a pool of about 15 characters, and you pick 4 at the start of a run, and then you draft a starting deck. This is too big of a deck. I'm testing all the different weapons, so there's like too many cards in here. I also need a better way of you seeing them. But yeah, the cards are the nouns. So you have your weapons. So like we've got daggers. You can pick which slot you want to equip stuff in. So I could be like, oh, a crossbow. Let's give that to the ranger. And then it crashes because I'm doing something. We're working on a little token system so that I can, in the deployment phase, click on my bard and move the bard around like this. And then reposition them freely. Well, I don't know how to actually... Should that unselect? A redeploy should maybe unselect the character. Because it's moving the character, but I can't actually... There we go. Oh no, maybe this is the correct behavior. You just double click when you're done. So I moved here, I moved here. If I'm done, I can click again, and now Bart is here. That's okay. That's maybe okay. I was like, it's stuck on my cursor. You did co-working today? Tomorrow one of your devs is working on a VR simulator. Oh, hell yeah. Are you actually like a dev house? You got a whole house full of devs over there? You're all working on stuff? Grid-based deck builders are pretty darn cool. I appreciate that, Elfie Bean. I'm hoping this one will be. So the trick is that all of your gear are the cards, but you still need to like play out the battle on the board. And for that, we're kind of doing an Into the Breach style. Turn-based combat. So we'll see. I'm hoping that this mashes up pretty well. This card game plus tactics game kind of mashup. We've been working on it for a couple of months, so we're still just getting all the pieces in order. I don't love the way this sticks. I think a redeploy should unselect. Because it's unlikely that you're going to redeploy and then want to redeploy again. I also have to handle the case of you're redeploying and you click on someone else. Which should probably move you back to where you were. Which I don't even remember where that was. Over here. Because right now, that's, yeah, it still thinks that the Bard is over here. That's why we're cleaning up the thing. Yeah, let's have redeploy, unselect. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. It feels like it's sticking to my mouse, which is weird. Redeploy. Oh, that's an internal function? I guess some of these should be too, huh? That's okay. So let's do all of that. And then let's... Now let's clean up. And then let's take the snapshot. Yeah, you're a studio. You're the community manager. You stream sometimes. You do 2 dev streams and 2 art streams a week. You dropped the... Oh, cool. It's very cool. A co-dev studio. Well, that's great. You got any links to anything you want to share? I'm always happy to look. See what people are working on. I'm still working on getting enough of this together that I can get a Steam page up, but that is like definitely the highest priority. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the way it should be, where you redeploy and then it's unselects when you finish. Because yeah, you do one movement. It's not like you're gonna get yourself partway to where you want to redeploy and then do it again, but you might change your mind. I think this is good. I think this works. And then we really have to just handle the case of like, okay, you're off. Your cursor is like somewhere else. What happens? If it's out here, it doesn't register anything. What happens if you do something like end turn? It probably doesn't do anything. I don't even remember where this guy was. Oh, they were right here. Okay, that's something. I still need to handle the case of like, we don't know where we are because we selected a different character. So if we do that, we need to do some cleanup. Well, thank you again for the raid, Dev House. Hopefully I can see what you're doing one of these days. Interested to see what you're up to. Guess I can go snooping. Do a bit of snooping here. Oh, cool. You were co-working today, right? You said that. Okay, cool. Oh, no, no, don't worry. No, 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 no. Do not worry. We are just hanging. We also like to do co-working streams like this. I'm just nosy. So it's kind of weird that it's complaining about this. I guess it's not really complaining, it's just warning me. And that's why this was going to be its own function, right? And this should be an internal function. Let's go up here. That's the process function. Let's leave that alone. So we got clear. Here, let's put func create fig token. I have the character fig. Gotta keep an eye on the time just because this is a shorter stream. We've still got some time though. I did not manage my time very well yesterday, and we're punished for it today. So I'm sorry about that. But you know, we do our best. But people are still here anyway. Again, I don't know why. There's about 30 people over on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Hope you're not all bots. Alright, so we'll create a fig token. Up here and grab that part. Is it still up here or did I move it already? Nope, here it is. Should we return the fig token? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see what we end up doing. Shouldn't use character selected here though. Should take this. We should take this as well. Okay, so we can do it like that. That's nice. Everyone's having a happy Tuesday here. We're gonna say create fig token, character selected, cursor map. And then this is the character selected part. Oh, I don't actually know if that's part of the... I guess we know where the character is, so we're actually going to move this. This is actually going to be somewhere else. And this is actually going to go into a different function that is called select character fig. We're hiding a lot of complexity here. Cursor map. But I tend to do that when the branching is just too much. Too much for my little brain. So we shouldn't use cursor map here. We should just use tile. So this will do a cleanup here. I don't know if we ever look up figs by tile, but maybe we do sometimes. We're gonna allow it because I can imagine situations like, what if we had shockwave? What if we had like a shockwave spell and it was like from a radial point, like move every character some amount of tiles away, right? From the center. And you would want to show the outcome of that without actually executing it. So you would want to have you'd want to have multiple fig tokens. Again, I find the most common pattern I use in game dev, especially in turn-based kind of stuff, or when there's discrete actions, is I find myself, I have this like set of like actual committed data, which is like this is the real state, and then I have this set of preview stuff, like these fig tokens or card tokens or slot tokens or whatever. I have these like little preview things that just are there to provide feedback to the player that shows you like, oh, you might do this, or you're about to do this, or this is what's gonna happen if you do this.
He's dead, Jim.
Hey, Nugget 9800. He is dead, Jim. LSG, you'd love to be part of a codev team, but it definitely have to be the right people because you don't want to be a manager. Yeah, I feel that. Thank you for the hydrate as well. Yeah, that's one of those, like, I would never go looking for collaborators. I think I would need to establish relationships with these people first, and then it would need to be like, hey, let's try to do a game jam together or something. I know some people just get very sad and lonely from the solo dev lifestyle, and I feel that. Many of the reasons I'm a solo dev is like the same reasons I'm not saddened by it, but I get it. So we're gonna do this. This is like our, well, not this part, but everything else about this is our destroy fig token function. So we've got to create fig token. Now we need to destroy fig token. We do want to know which token though. Keep writing chair fig. I don't really need to know about the tile. Actually, no, passing a fig token's fine. We're not passing a name, we're passing an object. It'll be able to figure it out. Should be okay. Fig token. Oh, if anything, we don't even know what tile we're talking about, do we? This part, maybe not. Actually, it would probably be good to have this be. If you create a figure token, you know you're gonna be, but we'll just say character figure dot visible equals false. And here we'll say character figure dot visible equals true. That should be okay. Hey Nexus, you love to be a solo dev? Hell yeah. What kind of stuff are you solo deving? Oh. Thank you. I don't know if people are following. I'm not getting the notifications. I appreciate you all for hanging out here. LSG, you have friends you like working with? They're less self-directed than you are, so you end up doing a lot of the work. You enjoyed it, but it wasn't sustainable. Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Being self-directed, I think, is really important. Because, yeah, I don't want to manage people either. So we unselect. So we're going to do all of this, then unselect, then take the snapshot. That seems reasonable. Let's see if this kind of works. I actually don't think anyone is invoking destroy fig token. No, so let's do that first. That should be part of unselect character fig. Say destroy fig token. Oh, not what am I doing? Here, let's do this actually. I don't actually need to do it like this. We can just do it like this. So we can say, what we can do is we can say if, actually, yeah, maybe that safety check was actually good. Actually, what are we talking about here? If we destroy the token, we're just destroying any token associated with this figure. So let's just do that. So let's say if big by name dot has character big dot character name. Well, no, not fig by name. Fig by. Oh no, fig by name is right. I'm confusing myself the way that I'm handling this naming convention. Do this. Do that outside of that. There we go. That should be fine. Must not switch games again. Yeah, it's tough. That's tough. LSG. I definitely get it. Fig by name dot has. Yeah, forget about that. We're just gonna say destroy fig token character selected. Let's say character selected. We'll say character selected dot omitted, and then instead of this whole nonsense, we will say say create big token. All right, let's see if that works out. Anticipating a crash. So far, so good. So if I select outside, nothing happens. It waits for me to come back. Okay, that's nice. Move is going to need to work different than this, but that's fine. The token part can be the same. We'll need the cleanup behavior to be different. We'll have to decide how that works. And then we still need to handle the case of like, okay, I'm redeploying and I try to I accidentally click on this guy's spot. What should that do? I mean, you'd theoretically like to take their place, but that's not really feasible. So we do this. Hey, he went back. Oh, did I actually... I didn't think I did anything to fix that. Huh. What about this? Oh, and it selects the other character. All in one go. Sick. So you can move that out of the way and then go back and put them here. That's actually not that bad. It's not perfect, but it's not that bad. Crash. So this is still crashable. So what happens when we play another character? You just gotta tell yourself a year isn't that long. It isn't. It really isn't. Really isn't. Not long at all. All right, let's fix this, and then I think I'll be happy with today's progress, even though it has been a very short stream. So the problem of this is we've played a character onto another character. That has caused the character to become selected. . Maybe that's the problem. I don't know if we necessarily need to select a character just because we played a card on them. And in fact, most of the time, that's not really going to work. So maybe for now, we just get around that way. Let's see how that feels. So that would be card dragged. Actually, that would be card dropped, wouldn't it? Yeah, card dropped. There's card dropped. There we go. Hey, Drip Advisor. How's it going? I don't know. Shenanigans. I might have purposely, I had a list of things I was changing, and some part of my brain might have realized that would have fixed the whole thing. But, you know, by the time I got to the end of it, I'd forgotten what I did. And I was just pleasantly surprised that it all worked. Nexus happens to you all the time. When you think something's broke, you let it be for now, and you work on something different. And rest if the original bug is gone. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like you don't always necessarily need to fix the bug if it's not the underlying behavior that you want anyway. Sometimes you can fix it that way too. All right, so if a card is dropped somewhere here, I think the correct time. No. Yeah, I think I just don't want to select a card or select a character when I play a card on them. With maybe the exception of playing an equipment card. I don't know. We can stop it for now. It's not something we exactly need to do right now. Selected tiles, selected character. Okay, so we're stealth selecting the character here. That's the problem. I don't want to do that. Let's just not do that for now, and we'll see. We'll see how that feels. Not sure about the slot tokens thing. I need to branch these out into some functions too. They're just so messy. Everything's so messy. You got Red Dead Redemption 2 working on your Steam Deck? Damn. That's crazy. I tried playing Subnautica on Steam Deck. It struggled. It could do it, but wow, I went through the battery. And then it also ended up not being a game I actually wanted to play on a small screen anyway. I might try to play How Many Dudes on the Steam Deck. Be interested to see how that works. Okay, so movement in redeploy is good, is done. That's nice. That's nice to see. And then if I just equip somebody, so you get a maul. So the card, so here's the problem. Is the character sheet is up, but the character is no longer selected. So that's kind of why I selected the character when you drop a card on them, because that's what happens is if you drop the card on them, you know, probably you're at least gonna see them, and it would be better because now I'm in this weird mode. So yeah, I guess we do need to do that. Let's go back up there, and then we'll just fix the problem directly. So we'll go back to where I was, because I definitely remember. Definitely remember where I was. We were in card dropped. Just somewhere. There it is. Subnautica runs well if you set graphics to medium. Yeah, the thing for me is Subnautica is not a game you want to play on a small screen. Yeah, I was saying that's what you, yeah, Elden Ring seems like a reasonable use for that too, for sure. All right, so we want to select the character in any of these 3 cases, so we'll do that. Clear the slot tokens, card tokens, card drop failed. We don't do it, so we'll say select character fig. We will say cursor map. Maybe the fact that we were doing it stealth is what was causing the bug, right? Because we were like stealth selecting the character. We were just assigning the property. We weren't calling the function. So that's probably why it was not working correctly. So maybe if we, maybe just doing it this way will, it actually makes me want to like go through and look at all of the invocations of this. I wish I could just look for only assignments. There's a lot of references to this, like this. Oh, this is actually the one place we should be doing this. Same thing here. Yeah, this. We shouldn't do this. You want a tile? This is kind of weird. Maybe I don't necessarily want a tile. Maybe sometimes I want to select it by name. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Maybe I should just pass in the figure itself. Yeah, I'm always on my computer, on my main computer. So there are definitely times where I would like rather play something else, play on something else. Create fig token, character fig, character tile. Create fig token. I shouldn't need to pass the tile. Although maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do, actually. Sometimes I might want to create the fig at a different tile than the token in a different tile than the figure is. Although maybe not. It's that shockwave example, right? Where it's like you want to show what the effect of the spell would be if it like pushes characters around or something. But theoretically, you'd want to do that with an animation. So in the long run, that might not be the way we do that. All right, let's fix the errors that I created on purpose here. So we can't just pass in the cursor map. What we have to pass in is character fig. Do we know what we're talking about here? If not, character names has card name. Character fig. So we've created it here. If we haven't, we know we can get it by name, but can we get it by tile? Well, we can get it by name. And then this, if card res is equipment card res. This one's a little weirder. Do we know who? No, we'd have to get this one by tile. Good thing we have options, huh? Good thing we were flexible. All right, now this one. We know character by tile has this, so just pass that. You like being able to relax on the couch instead of sitting in a chair? Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that. My posture is even worse on the couch than it is in this chair. But, you know, it's about variety, right? All right, I'm out of time, but I do want to go through and double check and make sure. Where's this error? Where's this supposed error? Line 553. There we go. Okay, I was swapping this out. So character by name. Select character figure. Why do you want a tile? No, you don't want a tile. That's just didn't update. Probably didn't update because it's in an errored state. Makes sense, actually. That's what we want to do. Do we actually need to do this? Are we doing this in the function? We are. Look at us. Look at us go. So we can just call this function and be done. All right, now let's find the rest of the invocations of this. Specifically assignments. I don't really care about checks. I just want to look for all the assignments. Here's an assignment. All right, that was good. That was good. The best posture is the next posture. Yeah, it helps. It helps to keep moving. Movement, it's really all about movement. It's not really about any one position. Human body wants to move. So yeah, me just standing at my desk for 8 hours a day is an improvement, but it's not that much of an improvement. It's about moving. I've honestly been tempted to get one of those little under desk like a cyclical, like those little bicycle setups. I don't remember what the word is for a fake bicycle. Low-key tempted. Because then on the weekend, if I have time to actually go bike ride, I could go that much farther. Got excited to get a TV. You can hook your PS5 back up. Ooh, that sounds good. Sounds good. Wow, there's so many of you over on YouTube. I don't know why, but I'm very happy to have you here. Thanks for hanging out here on Party Wipe channel. Where we try to wipe out our parties here. Oh, crash. Create fig token. Character fig.tile. Invalid access to tile. On a node 2D of a type character fig. What is your... Is it not called tile? Is it called character tile? Yes, it is. Dumb. Dumb. Dumb Dave. Anyway, we're making a roguelike deck builder where you draft an RPG party. We're working on the deployment phase here. Yeah, that's awesome that that just works now. It resets if you try to move onto a tile that someone else is on. Very fun. And then if I just play, let's give someone a grenade for fun. Crash. That's pretty good, Drip Advisor. All right, select character fig. Invalid access. Hey, Sky Lavu. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. You're catching us at the end here. We have to do a short stream today. I started very late. But we stream 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, so we're just getting our week started here. How's it going? We're working on a roguelike deck builder where you draft an RPG party. So I don't know that there's a character on this tile, but there damn well should be. If there isn't, that means that we are not cleaning it up when we redeploy, which is probably what's happening. Redeploy. Character by tile erase. Character by tile set. Cursor map. Ooh, the fact that we just plug in cursor map here is really not good. We should have to plug in a tile. Character by tile erase. Character selected. Oh. Redeploy selected fig. No, that's okay. That's okay. Of course, okay. Well, we are maintaining this dictionary, so I don't know what's going on here. What about unselect? Is that doing something weird? Destroy fig token. Is anyone doing anything weird? I don't think so. Okay, but I did break this again. Redeploy. So plug in the cursor map here. So that's weird. So let's try that again. Will that just work without before I do this? We might be okay, let's put a longbow on this guy. Okay, that worked. Oh, and it selected them. And now it thinks I want to redeploy. You know what? We're probably gonna change this move item. This move button to say like redeploy or something. Because I realize that's definitely not what you want to do. Yeah, the auto select is weird. I don't know what to do with auto select. I'm not sure about it. It seems like I'm misapplying it. Okay, so I've moved the ranger. Let's see if I try to give them an arrow. I think it's gonna crash because I didn't do anything to fix this. Oh, now it's working. Interesting. What if I'm in the middle of this and I try to play a card? Oh, it reset. Haha, it cleaned itself up. Nice, very nice. If I play a dagger. Okay, now it crashes. Now it crashes. So we got into a bad state there somehow. Asking for a friend. Can I build a binary? Oh, I see what you're doing there. That's very funny. I cannot. I'm a little short on time. All right, select character figure, character by tile, cursor map. So we don't actually know. So what's going on here? If bound tiles has cursor map, sure. So we know we can play a card here. If card res is an equip card res. Maybe I do want to do this differently, where we don't actually select the character. Instead, we just close the character sheet. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it'll be more clear when we're not in the deployment phase what the correct thing to do is here. What we maybe want to do is have like a redeploy or like an is moving. You use the is moving for that part for the redeploy or something. Just so we don't think we necessarily need to be moving. But the fact that this doesn't work here is very strange. There's only 3 people on here. That's maybe the problem. Oh, no, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5. Why are we thinking we're on 2, 2? I'm actually not sure what's going on here. Which is a great thing to try to fix right at the end of a stream. we got a couple of minutes here. So this doesn't seem to be here. Are we doing something stupid somewhere else? Probably. Let's actually see who all is handling this specific dictionary. So we're messing with it during deserialize, correct? Let's only look for assignments, because there's an assignment here that's wrong. I don't know where. It's somewhere where we're not maintaining this correctly. Are we only doing it here on the move? Redeploy should also be doing it. Well, this should also not just be cursor mapped, but I don't want to fix that right now. Yeah, we erase the value, the old value, and then we set a new value. We set the position. Set the tile. Okay. It has something to do with the fact that we're invoking cursor map. Maybe we're like behind the times here. Well, we do it in this branch and it seems to work just fine. Oh, but we're assigning. We're not reading it. So we set this. We create the figure. If we just play a card, character by tile, cursor move. If card raises, equip card raise. Character by the tile. Can I just pass in character hover? The fact that this seems to be wrong is concerning to me, but I think I can fix this by just passing someone else in like this. I think I can cheat. And in fact, I think I can do that in all of these cases. Let me just say character hovered. And that should fix it. And you know what? That's a cheap fix, but I'll take it. Assuming it works. That works. Yeah, I don't like that it auto-selects such that I'm now redeploying. There needs to be some in-between, and I don't know what the right in-between is. Maybe character sheets open. Maybe character sheets open on hover. I don't know. That seems excessive. Because I do like just clicking and then already being moving. I don't want to really have to click them and then click redeploy and then click again, but I don't know. I guess that's okay. I guess that wouldn't be the end of the world either. Let's see if I can put an item here, so that's fine. And I moved you, so let's see if I can equip something on you. And that worked. Okay, well, bug fixed because I kind of cheated, but I think the cursor map was not where we thought it was at the time we do the I think we failed to update it in some cases or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Somebody's got to know. But again, sorry to have to leave you so soon. Sorry to not be getting the follow notifications today either. Appreciate, I see a couple people have followed. Appreciate you. Thanks again to the dev house for the raid. I do have to run, so I don't think I'm gonna raid out. I think I just gotta go. I waited too long. And I started too late and all of these things. Hi everyone on YouTube. Smash that like and subscribe button. Come back, check us out again. We'll be back tomorrow. We stream 5 days a week, typically. I'm gonna try to start earlier tomorrow, so we got our full time. So keep an eye out. But Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Good luck with the jam, Jacob. And we'll see you all next time. Bye.